Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all things consistency. I'm bringing you my top 5 tips to getting into the gym and hitting your fitness goals. Let's hop into it. Y'all know me, and the one thing I'm always doing is getting ready for the gym. So we're gonna chat. I got my little list for y'all, and let's get ready for the gym. Just start with this bad boy as always. So first thing, obviously you're like, hey, I have some fitness goals that I would like to reach. Whether you're trying to gain weight, lose weight, build some muscle, increase your endurance, anything. Figure out what your long-term goal is and figure out some short-term goals that'll get you to that long-term goal. Once you figure out your short and long-term goals, that is when consistency, discipline, and motivation all come into play. My first tip for consistency when it comes to exercise in the way that you enjoy. First off, however many times a week you can commit to is the best number of times a week to work out. I am able to commit to between 4 and 6 days a week in the gym. If I didn't have 4 or 6 days in the week to commit to the gym, I wouldn't say that I go to the gym 4 to 6 days a week, because that wouldn't be realistic, it wouldn't be attainable, and it wouldn't be sustainable. Whatever you can continually do week in and week out, that should be your goal. If you can only hit 2 workouts a week, that's perfect. If you can only hit 3, that's perfect. If you can only do 1, that's also perfect. Make sure that when you're in the gym or when you're doing your exercises, you're doing exercises and workouts that you enjoy. That makes it much easier to stay consistent. My preferred method of exercise is lifting weights. If I didn't like to lift weights, I wouldn't do it. Granted, when it comes to cardio, I'm not really a cardio girl, but as of late, I've really enjoyed walking. If I didn't like walking, I would find a different source of cardio to do. I don't run because I don't like to run. Granted, I don't know, y'all hybrid athletes lately have been kind of giving me the itch to start running though, I'm not gonna lie. But that's my biggest tip when it comes to exercise. Make sure the way that you're moving your body is a way that you enjoy, because that'll make it easier for you to stay consistent with it. In that same breath, try new things too. If you try one form of exercise and you don't like it, don't swear off exercise as a whole. Just try something else. There's something for everybody. Same way that there's a person for everybody, there's an exercise and there's a workout for everybody. One thing about it, this NYX brow glue, so good. Started using it about maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I'm obsessed. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like it's made my brows grow. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Could be a placebo effect, but the placebo be affecting, so. My next tip for consistency has to do with food. Similar to what I said about exercise, eat foods that you enjoy. Yes, you have a fitness goal, whether that's to gain weight, lose weight, build muscle, whatever it is. Obviously, there are certain steps that you have to take as far as nutrition goes to reach those goals. Totally understandable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to remove the things that you enjoy. Restriction doesn't automatically equal solution. I'll say it again. Restriction doesn't automatically equal solution. Sometimes the solution is just reducing the quantity of the foods that you're eating, not necessarily cutting them out altogether. Also, if there are instances when you can substitute healthier alternatives for your favorite foods, do that. There are things like protein pastas, reduced sugar sodas, things like that that'll help you achieve your fitness goals without sacrificing taste and the things that you enjoy. Restriction isn't always the solution, and personally, restriction is never the solution for me. Sometimes it's as simple as reducing the quantity of what you're eating or just changing out a couple of ingredients to make the dish a bit more nutrient dense. Now this next one is something I still have to remind myself to this day, okay? Sometimes the scale is not gonna move. Sometimes you're doing everything correct. Nothing has changed. You've literally been eating the exact same meal prep for 3 weeks straight and the scale won't move. It's okay. In those instances, those are the times when consistency and discipline and motivation are super important. Sticking to your nutrition, sticking to your exercise regime, sticking to your sleep schedule, all of these things, all of these factors, keeping those consistent during the times when you feel like you've hit a plateau is what's gonna get you out of that. During these times, it's really easy to just kind of get overwhelmed and like freak out or even just kind of throw in the towel, but these are the times when you need to remain consistent, because this is where habit, I feel like, is built. When you're in a scenario where you don't see progress, when you don't see the scale moving at all and you still keep going, that is discipline and that is consistency that will outshine and outlast any fitness challenge that you're doing at the time. That is lifestyle, characteristic, personality change that's happening there when you still do something despite not seeing the rewards and the efforts that you're putting in. And honestly, in those instances, half the time you're not even in a real plateau. You maybe missed your protein intake and the scale went down, or you had an extra salty meal that you didn't account for and the scale went up. And then especially if you're in the beginning stages of your fitness journey, There's a brief moment in which you could be losing fat while also building muscle. And then the scale really won't change, and sometimes it may go up. Understand that the scale is a tool, and it is not the end-all be-all. The scale will be incorrect. It could even be as simple as you need some new batteries. Remember that the scale is a tool and it is not the deciding factor of whether you've succeeded or not. The scale simply tells you how much weight is on top of it. It doesn't tell you how much muscle you have. It doesn't tell you how much fat's in your body. It doesn't tell you how much sodium you had yesterday. It doesn't tell you how much water's in your body. It just tells you how much you as a human, your body weighs, okay? So keep that in mind. The scale is not the holy grail. As long as your nutrition and your exercise are aligned with your fitness goals, you'll get there. It just takes time. So during those times when the scale isn't moving in the way that you want it to, or it's just not moving at all, stay the course, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually things will change. It's a process, okay? It's a marathon, it's not a race. It's gonna take some time. And speaking of it being a marathon and a race and it taking time, something is always better than nothing. A lot of y'all do this whole all or nothing thing when it comes to fitness. Oh, I had a bad day. I ate too many calories, or oh darn, I didn't hit my protein goal. I'm just not gonna worry about building any more muscle. I'm just not gonna worry about losing weight. So because you had one bad meal, you're gonna throw away all of the progress that you've made thus far, whether it's been a day or 800 days. You're gonna throw away all of the progress that you've made for one mishap? So tell me, you're writing an essay, right? You spell a word wrong. You're telling me you're gonna throw away the entire essay because you spelled a word wrong? I'll let you sit on that. Sometimes all you have to give is 50%, and that's giving 100%. Sometimes just checking the box for the day is more than enough. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself to do an all or nothing kind of scenario. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay, so what? Work got stressful and you decided, hey, I'm gonna grab a donut. That doesn't mean that you blow the rest of the day. And if you do, that doesn't mean you wake up the next morning and say, okay, screw it. I'm just blowing the rest of the day. I'm blowing today too. I'm blowing the rest of the week. I'm blowing the rest of the month. Just remember, when you look at the grand scheme of things in a year from now, that one missed meal, that one missed workout, is gonna look so small in comparison to the year-long worth of consistency that you've maintained. To stop looking at things so close sometimes and take a look at the bigger picture. Like I said, one missed meal, one missed exercise does not a whole year of progress make, nor will it completely undo a year's worth of progress. Sometimes you giving the only 50% you have is giving 100%, and it's enough. Speaking along the same lines, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this one to you because I say this with love. Stop talking bad about yourself, okay? Stop with the negative self-talk. If you fall off track, if you have a bad workout, if the scale doesn't move, whatever the case may be, stop speaking negativity into your situation. You didn't fail, you didn't ruin all of the progress that you've made, and you dang sure don't have to make up for it tomorrow. Take a beat. Check in with yourself, check in with your feelings, understand why you made the decision that you made, understand why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, figure out whether the reason why you're feeling the way you're feeling is directly related to health and fitness, or if it's an outside factor. Is work stressing you out? Is your partner stressing you out? Is life stressing you out? Figure out the source, feel your feelings about it, take a mental note of why you'd made the decision that you made, and move on. Consistency is about continually moving forward and not allowing mishaps and missteps to completely halt any of your progress. Put it this way, I'd much rather the train derail because at least it's still moving. Okay? I don't want the train to hit a brick wall. I'd much rather it derail off track and then figure out a way to get it back on track while it's still moving. Catch my drift? Cool. I know I said 5, but I'm feeling generous today, so I have another one. And I say that like I didn't write these out. I know I said 5, but I have a bonus 6th tip for you guys today, is doing check-ins. And what do I mean by that? I mean doing a temperature check with yourself, doing a self-evaluation consistently throughout your journey. For me, I regularly check in to see if I need to adjust my nutrition or if I need to adjust the volume or intensity of my workouts. There are times when I've reached diet fatigue, meaning my workouts are suffering, the food thoughts are constantly running, my sleep is poor, I'm irritable, all of the things, honestly, us ladies, similar signs to PMS. And when I start to realize that, and I know for a fact it has nothing to do with my menstrual cycle, I know, hey, okay, I need to take a beat My body is needing something. If I need to feed it, I'm gonna feed it. If I need to sleep and get some more rest and skip the gym that day, that's what I'm gonna do. And of course, yes, the day after I ate outside of my calorie deficit, of course the scale went up. But you wanna know something crazy? 2 days later, after I was back on plan, I actually hit a new low. My body just needed some fuel, and then my workouts the next 2 days, and after that, amazing. Sometimes our body just needs some extra loving, and we have to listen to be able to keep it moving. Sometimes diet breaks become necessary. And there you have it. Those are my 6 tips to maintaining consistency to reach your fitness goals. Now, we're gonna go hit a leg workout. Because y'all thought I was just gonna sit here and yap at you and not provide you some gym content? Come on now. Come on. Show you the fit of the day. Fit of the day. But yeah, those are my 6 tips to maintaining consistency and reaching your fitness goals. If you've gotten this far, thank you so much for watching. If you like this type of content, leave a like, drop a comment. If you're new here, hey, my name's Diamond. Hit that subscribe button. I'll be doing more of this type of content going forward. But yeah, now I'm gonna bring you guys to the gym with me because we have a nasty gluten hamstring day. Let's go.